Do you suffer from text neck? Do you tend to sit on your phone kind of hunched over for a long period of time? Maybe you do it while you're sitting on the couch, you may be sitting in a chair, something like that, but you're bending forward. And you notice that you're starting to get a bit of a hump at the base of your neck, and you're starting to get a little bit concerned of if this is going to go away or not. Well, then today's video is for you. Today we are talking about text neck, which is a huge issue that we are seeing as more and more people spend more and more time on their phones. It's a real problem that is affecting not only adults right now, but definitely kids, because teenagers are spending more and more time on their phone, which is going to become a problem as they age. As we all know, things don't go so well as we age. Things start to break down, our tissues become less tolerant and pliable, and they can become a real problem if we continue on with this posture for long periods of time. Now, if you find yourself on your phone for 5 to 10 minutes in this position, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when you find yourself in that position for 30 minutes or more and you're not getting up, stretching, moving around, finding some relief from that position. What will happen over time is that the muscles and ligaments will actually adapt and they'll start to encourage that posture, even though it's not a good posture for you, because your head is not sitting on top of your shoulders. So those muscles in the back of your neck start to get really, really tight. And right, they're trying to hold that head onto the rest of the body. When it's not over your shoulders, the muscles have to work harder. I usually see people when they start having pain in their neck, especially in the muscles in the back of the neck, but you can also see it in the front because again, these muscles are still trying to hold on to that head. Or when people start to have symptoms that are going down into their hands and they're getting numbness and tingling into their arms or into their hands because of this position right here. You see, the nerves that go down to your hand actually start up in your neck. It's all connected, right? And when these get compressed or pinched or there's inflammation in the area, it'll send signals all the way down to your hand potentially that says, hey, I'm not happy up in here. And it can all be starting from text neck. So what do you do about it? It's really important to make sure that you do not maintain this position for a long period of time. Not that it's a good position to be in ever, but I know sometimes you're tired at night, right? And you just kind of find yourself in that position. As soon as you find yourself in that position, get yourself out of it. If you're sitting, you can put a pillow behind you to help support your back to bring you into a more upright position. Maybe you can get up and walk around a little bit. Just make sure that you're holding your phone up higher so you're still not looking down, because this is not good either. Even if you're not here, this is not good either, because this puts a lot of stress on the back of the neck. And it still can cause that hump in the upper back. But taking a break from your phone, put it down, walk around, drink some water, move your shoulders around, get things moving a little bit is really the best thing. Being in one position for a long period of time, if you're texting on the computer, whatever it is that you're doing is really not the best thing for your body. Your body wants to move. You may have noticed that you're really fidgety if you try to sit for a long period of time. That's because bodies like to stay in motion. That's all there is to it. So try using a pillow behind your back to get your back into a better spot if you need to maintain sitting, or try getting up, walking around a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just walking around the house, get some water, can help really make things feel better. We don't want to allow this position to continue for a long period of time, because when the ligaments and the muscles stretch out, it's hard to get them back into shape. When they do get stretched out, the muscles will tighten to try to pull that head back up, which is going to lead to pain over time. And we don't want the muscles getting tight. We don't want the joint compression that can come from that, because we don't want the arthritis that can come from that, because we don't want the nerves to get damaged that can come from that. It leads to a whole cycle, and it's not the cycle we want. It's not going in the direction that we want. It is really important to make sure that you keep your shoulders and your upper back nice and mobile. You can do some stretches. You can check out this video over here if you want some ideas for some stretches that you can do that will be really helpful in getting that upper back moving better. But you definitely don't want to be maintaining this position for a long period of time. I know some people have put an app on their phone that keeps them from being able to be on it for long periods of time. And if that's what works for you, then go for it. But really, it's important to make sure that you're not spending too long in this position here, or even this position here, because it can lead to that text neck or tech neck that causes a lot of stress to the neck and shoulders, which is going to lead to problems in the long term, even if you don't have problems right now. So make sure you keep yourself moving, keep stretching, and don't let this build up over time. If it's not bothering you yet, that's fantastic, but I can guarantee you it will bother you at some point in the future, because it's just really hard for those muscles to have to hold that head onto that spine. It's really difficult because the head's heavy and it's meant to be over the spine, not having the muscles hold it on the spine. And when they get tight and sore, it affects your breathing, which can affect so many other things because it's all connected. And we don't want to have to deal with unraveling the whole mess that it is. Let's start beforehand and be proactive. Avoid that position for long periods of time and make sure you're staying nice and flexible and keeping things moving correctly. All right, so here's that video again for you to check out for some stretches that will be very helpful to decrease tech neck, and I'd love for you to click subscribe. See you soon.